Hello everybody, this is Geopolitics again. Now we have come with a news about the situation in England. There is a movement or protesters in England who are over 110,000 protesters in the UK right now. They are marching for free speech, anti-immigration, and mourning for Charlie Kirk. They also defending the values and culture of British. First of all, with the anti-immigration, they are saying that they are against the immigration. They have signs which are saying stop the boats and send them home. They are against illegal immigration. And free speech is because they think that there is not enough of free speech in their country again. They are also there for mourning Charlie Kirk. You know, Charlie Kirk was brutally murdered in the United States in the state of Utah this week by a young man named Taylor. So they are also there to mourn for him because he was also campaigning, and he was also a far-right activist like Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson is the organizer, or is let's say the chief of this movement of United Kingdom. His real name is Yaxley Lennon. He's an anti-Islam campaigner and a prominent far-right activist. Born on November 27th, 1982, he co-founded and led the English Defence League (EDL) from 2009 to 2013. That's when he left. So I'm going to show you the video. I'm going to take a video of Sky News of England because it is happening in UK. So they are the ones who have the real, so they know the real situation, what is going on. We're going to put a video here. We're going to see.
Welcome back. A reminder of our top story this afternoon. Police say more than 100,000 people have gathered in central London for the so-called Unite the Kingdom rally, a march organised by the far-right activist Tommy Robinson. These are live pictures from the capital. More than 1,000 police officers are said to be on the ground as well to try to prevent any clashes with a counter-protest that is being described as a march against fascism. These are live pictures from the area, as you can see. That previous shot we just saw, Westminster Bridge, things have thinned out there somewhat. That doesn't necessarily mean people have packed up and gone home. They may have just moved to a different part of the capital. But the figures we have as an estimate from the Metropolitan Police are that 110,000 people are on the ground as part of this march. And at some point, we're expecting to hear what the organisers have to say about it. They are expected to take to the stage and address the crowds. In the meantime, our correspondent Tom Cheshire has the latest.
There's a lot of people here. I think that's the main takeaway. There's a lot of flags. We're about to run into some of them earlier. And we've spoken to a lot of people. They've come from all over the country, really. Everyone we've spoken to is very keen to say they wouldn't agree with the characterisation of the stand-up to racists. They would say they're not far-right, they're not racist, they are patriotic. And the main topic, people talking about free speech a lot of the time, people talking about Charlie Kirk, who was murdered last week. But we've also heard a lot about anti-illegal immigration. A lot of people saying they don't mind migration, but they're anti-illegal migration, especially when it comes to things like boats crossing the channel. So what's happened now is that we've come all the way down there. Tommy Robinson and his sort of throng that is down there. We're now by the Cenotaph here in central London. There's a giant screen over this way. I'll see if we can just show you around it. That's where there's going to be speeches on this theme of free speech. It is, as we've been talking about, Dan, it's quite an amorphous sort of topic. It's a free speech rally, but this is also about protecting British heritage, as they say, about protecting British values. A lot of British flags here, you can see them, a lot of English flags, all sorts of flags, flags from Leeds, flags from Lancashire, from Yorkshire, all over the country. People really have made the big journey to be here. They've seen a bit of Tommy, and the applause he gets is, fairly rapturous, I would say. He's got a lot of support. They're going to go on that stage and they're going to hear those speeches. Now, the idea is this finishes by 6 p.m. That's when the sort of dispersal order comes into effect. We're being kept away from the Stand Up to Racism, that counter-protest, much smaller protest out there, because this really does stretch back. Tens of thousands of people, probably the most out of any Tommy Robinson rally that I've carried. You can hear the chants behind me. There's a real carnival spirit. But so far, it's worth saying those calls for it to be a peaceful demonstration, for family to come along, that has been respected. We haven't seen face masks. We haven't seen any violence so far firsthand. This is a big march. I may have missed some things, but this crowd now filling in here, they're going to listen to speeches. We are going to be reporting on those speeches, see what the theme of this is today, because you'll hear chants like that, "We want our country back." It's not specified exactly how. It means different things to different people, but that is the sort of sentiment you get here. This is a huge, patriotic as they would put it, nationalistic as other people would put it, crowd gathered here in the centre of London to support Tommy Robinson.
Meanwhile, police say they believe the number of people attending a counter-protest is around 5,000, more than 20 times smaller. Our crime correspondent Martin Brunt is there and has the latest on that demonstration and policing efforts in the capital.
Very difficult to be precise about the numbers. The organisers of Stand Up to Racism were expecting something like 5,000, and there might well be. We're told that Whitehall is filling up, getting pretty full, but there is an allocated space for these demonstrators, and everything peaceful, noisy but peaceful, as you might expect. And I suppose if the police are concerned about the possibility of any confrontation, it will come in the next hour or so. But both sides have been told very firmly that they must stick within designated areas. The Tommy Robinson supporters at the, I suppose, the west end of Whitehall, and these supporters, Stand Up to Racism, will be corralled at the east end with a sort of no man's land, a sterile area as the police call it, in between. There's a minimum level, I think, of policing accompanying this end of the march, but again, very much as expected.
That is
so that is what is happening in the UK right now, guys, and there are so many movements around the world. Right now the world is on edge on different matters. So thank you everyone, have a wonderful time, and thank you for listening to Geopolitics. Be sure to subscribe and share and like, so that we can grow and become a big YouTube channel, so that we can go far. This is a good thing, informing people around the world. As much as the channel grows, it gives me the power and the intention and the positive behavior of going forward with this project of gaining a good channel, because I'll be looking at different matters around the world and sharing with you. Thank you everyone, have a wonderful time. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your time.